Good morning. So, I got a message for you guys. So, I made a video yesterday about Kirk Franklin and Carry On because they're having issues clearly. And I made it very, very clear that I don't take sides to people because I'm not a part of their family and I don't have any idea what the backstory is to why Carry On feels so neglected and why Kirk Franklin is so angry with Carry On that he feels the need to curse at him. Because sometimes people really, really, really want you to get over your trauma from childhood. And I get it. I get it. Get over it. You're grown now. But I've seen people 70 years old who think about things and it triggers them to where they cry because they remember the time when something happened to them. So when you have something that happens to you as a child, even though no matter what it is, it could traumatize you. So I want to just make that clear first. I'm not taking any sides because I can understand it from both perspectives. Honestly, if you feel disrespected, then you automatically start to get on guards, especially if it's something that you have gone through a lot. So when this is the case, a lot of times you get defensive, and there's no telling what comes out of your mouth when you're upset. So I want to say to the people out there who think that Kirk Franklin is guilty or has issues or thinks that he, violated some code that people have as Christians, you guys are more concerned about punishing Kirk Franklin than making sure that Carry On is safe. I haven't heard any of you guys talk about how, you know, Carry On, how you guys are going to help Carry On. Are you guys going to help him? Are you guys going to let this family deal with their issues or what? Because I saw the situation just a little bit different. Carry On was woke at 7 a.m. I want to say it was like 7:40 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what number, but I know it was at 7 o'clock in the morning. He was up recording only partial of a conversation and only put out the part that was upsetting. You know, when somebody is telling the truth, they don't have to put out the victim part of it. If they put out the truth could be good and bad. It could be both. But you're only putting out negative things, which means that you have an intention on destroying or ruining something. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying Carry On is wrong because his mom came out and said that, they have been battling with trying to get this repaired for years. His daughter came out, Kirk Franklin's daughter came out and said that she think he was doing drugs. And later on, it was a story that came out and said that Kirk Franklin, inappropriately touched Carry On. And that is very unfortunate because now it's like, if that's true, it's kind of like it's my word against your word. And I completely understand when it comes down to things like that. You don't want to be in that situation where it comes out to people think that I'm lying because they don't know me as well as they know the more popular person. And that sucks. How is Christians or people who believe in God or people who believe in just the truth or the right or wrong, can you tell someone that they shouldn't be heartbroken because their son called and talked to them any kind of way? Because how do you allow your child to talk to you? Are you letting them call you and tell you to shut the F up? Are you letting them tell you to calling and yell at you? Are you okay with that? Because I want to know how some of you guys handle your children. I've been seeing a lot of comments about, oh, I would never talk to my kid that way. My child can come to me and talk to me about anything. But if you find that you have a toxic child who wants to talk to you any kind of way just because they know that they're grown now, are you okay with them cursing at you? Because I really, really would like to know how some of these people are disciplining their children or not disciplining them. Carrion is beyond the point of needing to be disciplined. He's grown now. He's 33 years old. He's beyond the point of being disciplined. You know, I have never disrespected my mom, and we don't have the best relationship, but I would never in my life disrespect her. I would never tell her to shut the F up. I would never, ever hit her, put her in a situation where she has to speak to me that way. If I don't like what my mom is saying, I know how to go home. We don't live together. I don't have to do that. I don't have to speak to her that way. Carrion and Kirk Franklin, I will say this. If Carrion is calling his dad knowing that he is afraid of him, that's something's wrong with that. And if Kirk Franklin is letting his son call him and disrespect him regularly, it makes it a little weird. And then when Kirk Franklin put out the apology and says, I'm not going to give up on my son, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. But what he just did and recorded the conversation, I'm not going to lie, that's going to take me some time to get over. I don't know why people feel like they have to respond to people. If someone's doing something to you and you don't want to be bothered, you don't have to. That's the beauty of life. That it's a free country, it's a free world where you can roam and do whatever you want to. You have a freedom to think the way you want to think. And if you feel like you don't want to go to counseling, if you feel like what you're doing isn't helping and this isn't right, why do you want to expose yourself to someone who makes you want to talk to someone in that way? Now, as people who believe in God, we believe that we forgive and we move on. And we continue to let this person in our life. Who says that we can't forgive someone and leave them alone? You don't have to be upset or hurt because you had to leave someone alone. Why do you feel guilty because you have to leave this person in their feelings? You don't owe that person anything. They don't owe you anything. So I want to know, do you guys think that Carrion is he just wanting attention? Is it money that he wants? What did Kirk Franklin not give him that he felt the need to call? You understand what I'm saying? Why does he feel the need to stay in contact with someone who hurt him so bad? And if he's traumatized with his life or whatever the case is, you're the only one who can fix the problems that you're having. You know that, right? You're the absolute only person who cares enough about you to fix the actual issues that we have that you have in your world, that you have in your life, that you're living in this moment. You can fix it by avoiding things that gives you a heartache, a headache, and problems and trauma. You can talk to someone about what it is that is bothering you so bad. There are things that's going to trigger you because, trust me and believe me, I know that things... Hold on one second, I got an email. So anyways, I don't remember what I was just saying, but March 23rd. So I don't know what I was just saying. But anyways, I wanted to say, I came on here to say, this is supposed to be a very short video, but like I said before, you guys were more concerned about Kirk Franklin being punished for his actions than the safety of Carry-On. I mean, sometimes people would say, oh, well, that's not my job. But your job is to give your opinion, though. Make it make sense. Because I am the type of person, just me though, if I'm not going to help someone with what they're doing or what they have going on, I don't comment on it, because I already know that there's nothing that I could do to, fix what you think or how you feel about me. So if I can't fix a situation, I don't comment on it, because I don't think it's fair to that person. I can't give you money. I'm not going to talk to you about finances, because I can't do anything to help you with that situation. How quick do you get upset about things? And how often do you allow your child to call you with the victim mentality? Do you let your child call you and say, can I get $1,000? And if you can't give it to me, because people will get mad at you because you say no. You know that, right? People will get upset with you because you have to say no. You can't always say yes. There's going to be a time in your life where somebody's going to disappoint you. They're going to disappoint you. And you just have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for everything in life. That's just how life works. So for the people who's so holier than thou that they can't, accept someone, that they had to, say something specific to their kid because they're not a kid anymore, are you allowing your child to call you and speak to you that way? Because Kirk Franklin clearly said, don't you ever disrespect me. And I'm not going to lie. It was kind of harsh, the way Kirk Franklin said. It was very harsh. Because, like I said, to me, if I have to speak to someone that way, I just hang up on you. I'm not going to entertain that at all. So you mad, I'm going to hang up on you. Don't call me upset, because you ain't going to get the response you want. Don't call me like that, because I'm not getting ready to let you stress me out. It's too early in the daytime for this crap. Long story short, Kirk Franklin really is trying not to give up on his son. Let that man deal with his problems the way he needs to, the way he feels the need to do so. And Carry-On as well. Let him deal with his trauma how he needs to deal with it. If he feel like he want to call his dad and get something off his chest, let it be. And I'm not saying that they didn't ask for this because it went public. Kirk Franklin obviously didn't, because he didn't ask for Carry-On to put this out there. But I am not in a situation to judge anyone, and neither are you. You don't know these people's family history. The mother said, obviously, that Carry-On has been having some issues for the last how long. She didn't bash Kirk Franklin. She didn't bash her son. She just explained the truth, and the truth is that, he obviously has some things that he needs to work through in his mind, and something got him there. It's something upset him that got him there. Did he feel like that he got treated better than someone else? Did he feel like the new family got a different take on him? When you dealing with somebody who has a different part of their life, you dealing with 35-year-old me versus 25-year-old me, it's going to always be different. If you're dealing with the 45-year-old instead of the 35-year-old me, that's going to be a different me that you get. So even though it's a 10-year difference between the sister and the son, that doesn't mean she hasn't been around long enough to see that, what he's doing is going to trigger dad, and what Carry-On is doing is disrespectful. She's been around long enough to see that part of it all. But she obviously is not going to know why it is that make Carry-On so traumatized. And even if he's not traumatized, that he's just doing drugs and just want to get attention. I mean, is anybody going to help them? Because I'm hearing a whole lot of opinions and no suggestions to mitigate this problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing a lot of people say, oh, well, they need prayer. That obviously they do. And some people are not even suggesting prayer. They just offering opinions. And that what is that going to do? Your opinions is not going to help at all. You know, are you guys going to pull Kirk Franklin to the side and say, hey, you should not allow your child to get you that upset? Blah, blah, blah. And Monique made a video. And she basically said, you know, we just got sensitive. And I think that's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. But I don't think that it's without being necessary. I do believe that it was necessary for us to get a little bit more sensitive than they had been back then, because parents just whoop you with an extension cord and don't think anything about it. And the things that they call abuse now, sometimes it's not abuse, but a lot of things are. Mental abuse is still abuse. Physical abuse, you know, hitting somebody with something, throwing shoes at them. But just being angry or cussing somebody out, it could be considered as emotional abuse. But, you know, sometimes you could say thank you for those things. Sometimes you have to say, there's no manual for being a parent or being a child. There's no manual for it. So when someone is, you know, doing something and they don't know that it's going to affect you the way it affects you, sometimes it's just something that cannot be avoided, because you don't know that this is going to trigger that person. Just like you can't treat every child the same way. You can't treat every kid the same. You can't raise them the same. They can be in the same household and see things exactly a completely different way, you know. But I want you to remember that there's a lesson in everything. And you can say thank you to your parents, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have learned this, whether it was a good or bad thing. You either learn that you don't want to be this way, or you learn that you do want to be this way, and that you appreciate your parent for, you know, being stiff on you or being this way towards you. Because if you hadn't have done this, then I would not have ever learned this lesson, you know. A lot of parents don't get it right. They don't go about it the same way. But are you a parent? Like, do you really know how it feels to have a kid and have to make decisions for more than one person? Do you know how it feels to make decisions for yourself and 2 other people, 3 other people? Be a wife, go home and come home? Probably not, huh? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My video got really long and very, very deep very quickly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys subscribe below. Give me your comments. And don't forget to keep those positive vibes. I will see you in the next video, and later.